Yeah, the big picture vision that drives our company, I would say, is leaving the world, leaving where we are better than where it was before. So my father and grandfather wanted our generation, their kids, to have more than what they had when they were growing up. They really founded the business with the purpose of it being a one-stop shop that people can trust for auto repair. We put that into our business and say, if we can have this business that helps transition vehicles to cleaner fuels, zero emissions, we can leave the world in a better place than when we came into it. As a family, we understand that we have to lean on each other, and there are certain aspects of the business that I don't understand quite as well as my brother or my father, and we have to be there for each other to make sure that when we're running into the struggles or the situations that are obstacles, that we can help push each other through. I would say customers love doing business with us because we care. Ultimately, we're not a multinational, large company, so every relationship that we build, every customer that we bring in, every alternative fuel system that we upfit on a vehicle matters to us. We don't have those huge accounts to fall back on. We have to try to be perfect no matter who they are. Relationships are key, and I think that has stuck with me significantly, because when you run into obstacles or challenges and you've built a relationship with your customer or your supplier, it makes those difficult conversations easier. A lot of people probably know that California is passing regulations to move vehicles to run on zero emissions, so either electric or hydrogen. Our company is kind of at the forefront of that, and we're creating new products and innovative products that run on hydrogen, which is also a zero emission fuel. So I see that as a huge growth area for us in the future, especially in the goods movement industry. My father was born and raised in Fresno. My brother has spent his whole life in Fresno. And if our business, being that it's so unique and in such a unique space, can create awareness for our local community through that platform, that's really the legacy we want to leave. Where if we can get rid of these emissions, if we can get rid of petroleum products, and we can have vehicles come to our facility emitting pollutant and leave our facility as a clean vehicle, then we're having the vehicles leave better than they arrived.
The Bateman family moved to Fresno in about 1929. The Bateman Water Company was established in 1948 by my grandmother and her children, moving from the Los Angeles, North Hollywood area to here. And we are currently on the fourth generation of Batemans running the company.
There's always a sense of pride into going into business with family. And you really, it's been our motto, serving our customers with pride since 1948. And that was a foundation that we really build our business strategy on. And it's that sense of pride knowing that not only you're building your business, but you're also part of the community. Whether it's, building Little League fields, we put carnivals together for elementary schools, barbecues for Property Owners Association. We really want to let the customers know that we're not just serving this community, we're a part of it.
A lot of our customers are original customers from back in the 40s. We take care of them. They trust us for the reliability of our product. Through the generations, we've been able to not only first establish, but keep the relations we've had with them, keep that trust. So that says a lot from 1948 to present day, is that they trust us.
I'd really say that our competitive advantage is how we treat our employees, really standing behind them, giving them all the tools they need to succeed. We've really built a reputation of having, some of the industry experts, people that have been with us for a long time, and it shows through in our business.
We buy into the philosophy that life and business are combined. We work hard every day together, and working hard is not a bad thing. It's the most fun I've ever had, is working hard with my men and my son. My sons are great. There's nothing that I fear as far as a legacy goes that's ever going to be a problem. My legacy, my father's legacy is different than my son's legacy. I wasn't my father. My sons are not me. And that's the beautiful thing, is that the business evolves and takes on a personality of the next generation.
We all come together with a goal, and succeeding and meeting that goal together as a family, it transcends generations, and so it's an important thing for us. It's doing it for more than the money. It's doing it for the community, building the friendships, building the teams, and really giving 100% and making themselves part of that business. It's what my father, it's what he's promoted to me, and it's what I promote to my kids.
I'm sure that my dad felt the same way when I came into it. It's just something that, as a father, to watch them grow, but not only to watch them grow the business also, it's just been a dream. And that's what we do. We pass on the situation, not to just maintain, but to grow into the right, productive way.
My grandfather was an immigrant from Armenia. He would take his produce that he produced, put it on a wagon pulled by a donkey, take the Staten Island ferry to Manhattan and sell his products here. He recognized the importance of putting the product where the demand was. And then eventually he met my grandmother, and they eventually came to Fresno. And then my dad and uncle came into the business. And then eventually we started the shipping business, which got us into the farming business, and we've kind of evolved from there. Beloyan Farms is a grower, packer, shipper of fresh vegetables. So, we used to just farm in Fresno. We used to grow tomatoes in the summer and radishes and green onions in the winter. If that's all we did today, we'd be out of business. But we learned to build a program where we have consistent volume in our core commodities. And those are bell peppers, zucchini squash, cucumbers, beans, hard squash, chili peppers. The bell pepper buyer typically buys all those other commodities. So we're trying to grow in those categories, increase our volume and increase our business with our customers. You have to love what you do. So we're in love with the miracle of farming. We take a field, maybe it's full of weeds, maybe it's in disorder, and we make it a thing of order, a thing of beauty, and we're growing the most nutritional food that human beings can eat. So it's an admirable way to make a living. Okay, my dad never gave you anything that you take. If you were aggressive and you wanted to move yourself up in the company, or you wanted to take on a different type of role in the company, he wasn't going to offer it to you. But if you thought you could do it, he'd let you try it. My dad would let us try a lot of different things to learn from our mistakes. Things are changing all the time. So if you're not willing to change with the times, you're probably not going to last long in this business. So what we were 5 years ago and 5 years before that, we're constantly changing. I think our competitive advantage is our people. Well, first of all, when we talk about the family of Beloyan Farms, it's not necessarily biological Beloyans. There are some, but we have people in this company, they've been with this company since they got out of college. Our president, he's been in this company over 50 years. That's who the family is. But it was important to understand who we are, where do we come from, and who are we? What are our core values? So when you walk around here, you'll see 5 core values hanging on the wall. We went through an interesting exercise to come to that point of who we are and what's important to us and what type of people do we want in this company. Because it's the people that make this thing happen. It makes me want to help them set things up for the future. They've invested their time and efforts into this company, to the betterment of this company. So I feel like they deserve a good future. That's why we're trying to make these infrastructure improvements for the future. My dad had a lot of great sayings. He used to tell us, if you've got 99 cents, you don't have the dollar, go get that extra penny. We come to the end of a year and we look at the profit loss and we'd say, if we'd have made 5 cents more a box, we'd have shown a really nice profit on millions of boxes. That makes a difference. So go after that penny, go after that nickel. And I teach that to my sales guys, and they're good at it. Makes a difference. What gets me excited about this next generation is all the opportunities. People have to eat. There's a lot of different ways to work in that industry. I love being part of the farming side. That's where it all starts. I think this next generation is in love with the miracle of farming, as I am, and they're excited about growing this business. And just think about what we do. We grow and sell vegetables, and it's a great way to make a living. At the end of the day, when you put your head on the pillow, I did a good thing.
My grandfather came to Fresno in about 1950. He had a small little processing plant called Producer's Dairy.
which bottled milk. And eventually he said, well, why should I buy milk from somebody else? So he decided to start milking cows, and that's where Bar20 began. Eventually, as producers continued to grow, they needed more milk. So we decided to increase the number of cows and grow the dairy side of the business.
Growing up and watching the way that my dad interacted with his siblings and with his dad, it really inspired me, and it made me excited about going into a family business, and it really got me thinking, like, this is something I want to do. And so I came out here, I worked out here, worked with the cows, and I loved it, and I loved all the people, and it was just it.
Our family has always believed in hard work, honesty, integrity, and giving back and helping others. These are the key things that started with my grandfather, next generation, my uncle and my father, and now me. And I hope to instill these values into my daughter through my actions, not my words, but what I do. By her seeing how I act, that she can use that example and instill that in herself and her children.
The importance of having a growth mindset is something that's been really valuable advice that my dad and my grandpa both gave to me. They've always emphasized the importance of learning and always looking to learn from every situation that you're in. And then beyond that, you learn things and then you implement them. So you find ways to apply everything that you learn in every situation, and you're always analyzing how you can do better and implement it.
I would say the competitive advantage that Bar20 has over other dairies, number one, starts with our people. We have great people here, and you can't make milk without great people. And it starts from our managers to our milkers to the people on the farm. We're only as good as our people. The other thing is efficiency. We try to do more with less. Today we produce renewable energy. We produce more energy than what the dairy and farm use. So as energy costs continue to rise, our price remain low as we produce our own energy.
So growing up in the Valley, this place has a really special place in my heart. I want it to continue to be a great place to grow up, and I want to make it even better for the future generations. I really value my community here, and as the fourth generation, I've been really blessed to have such incredible previous generations set a great legacy, and I hope to do a similar thing with our renewable energy initiatives. I hope to focus on sustainability and making the Valley a better place and doing all that I can to do the right thing and learn and grow and get a little bit better every day. And I hope that legacy continues beyond my generation.
The legacy that I hope to leave on my family is the same thing that my grandfather, my father, and uncle, the first and second generations, instilled upon us. Treat people right, care about others, give back, be honest, and do the right thing. The right thing is not always easy, but when you think long-term in the future, doing the right thing always pays for itself.
Our purpose statement at Betts Company is to improve the way things move. And so it speaks to the products that we make, the industries that we're in, but also the way we get up every single morning, looking to get a little bit better each and every day. Our founding in the United States really happened in 1868 in downtown San Francisco. Our company, we've gone through the Great Depression, the Great Recession, the pandemic of 1918, the Great Earthquake of 1908, many challenges in between. And so improving the way things move is what that's about. It's just how to, as the world around us adapts and evolves and changes, we have to be willing to adapt, evolve, and change.
So we're a manufacturer mainly of spring-related parts, metal stampings, and other parts that are going to products that we actually manufacture, we actually design and develop, and then brand, and then sell into the marketplace.
We certainly pride ourselves on taking care of our customers and taking care of our team. And we need our team to be taken care of in order to take care of customers. We need both of those things. And being around for now 154 years, I also think speaks to that. You know, we've got a reputation out there of being trustworthy and reliable.
Family business, it means everything to us here at Betts. I think it's one of the reasons why people like to work here, is because we are a family business. We care about everyone, and we put a lot of focus, again, on family.
Whether you're family or not, everybody's important. It takes a group of people to get stuff done. And then in terms of working with, you say, my father and my cousins, we're competitive people. We want our business to remain relevant and do well, and so we take it seriously. We work hard, and just because we're family doesn't mean we got a job. We got to earn that through the work, the effort, and the results that we each put out.
Our company history really is quite remarkable. So if you look at our history, every president of all 7 presidents of Betts have been a Betts from generation to generation. How do you successfully pass a business on? If it's not in your name, it's in your DNA, it's in your blood. That's why we love this business.
We love telling our history, but we want to keep it going. And in order to keep what we do going, we got to adapt, evolve, and change. So I think our legacy is really about figuring out how to do that, how to remain relevant. And that's what we plan to do.
Well, we call Fresno our home. And so our legacy, hopefully, is something that's centered around this community and all the families that work here and all the families that live in this community, building up this community to be the best community one can live, raise a family, and work.
After World War II, around 1949, my dad started building homes in the Manchester area along with my mom. They started Bonnadeli neighborhoods and saw a need for housing for returning GIs from World War II. When my parents started the company, they always wanted to be an affordable home builder so that the carpenters that were working on the home could afford to buy the home. We still do that today. We offer a variety of home sizes in different communities, but we always have an affordable home community. We're from Fresno. All of us were born and raised here. We've gone to school here, raised our families here, and we've always been a big part of Fresno Clovis's growth. Fresno is now one of the biggest cities in the state of California, and our family was a big part of that, and we take a lot of pride in that. And now it really is great to see our children, the next generation, continuing that legacy of what my parents started. In the last 10 years, we've taken the Bonnadeli Neighborhoods company and we've gone outside the Fresno Clovis area. And now we're taking that legacy and kind of growing it to other towns in the valley. In a family business, the business helps bond us because we're constantly talking about things that happen at work and how we handle them. And it allows you that time to spend with family. I come to my office, I get to see my kids or my wife, and then we go home at night and we still see each other. It's a lot of time together, but that's what we like about being in the family business. It's exciting to wake up in the morning and be able to know that you're going to talk at a high level to your kids when you go to the office. It's exciting for me to be able to go to the office and be able to work with our kids is the bottom line. I'm really proud of it, and I know my dad would be more proud of it to know that the next generation is, continue his and my mother's legacy. Our neighborhoods are different because we're invested in the community, we live in the community, and we want to be able to be very proud of the neighborhood that we built. Our position is that we want to go back to that neighborhood in 75 years and say, yeah, our family built that. And it is a vibrant neighborhood and a vibrant part of the Fresno community. Our stamp is we want it to look like a local home builder built that community. The legacy that we hope that we have established and will continue to establish is that we're a generational company that has been a huge part of the growth of not just Fresno Clovis now, but the entire San Joaquin Valley. We've built thousands of homes, great neighborhoods that we're very proud of, that we can point to and say, yeah, we built that. Being able to provide a affordable entry-level home throughout the decades for not just Fresno Clovis now, but throughout the valley.
The business was started in 1935 by my grandfather, E.M. Gene Tharp. In those days, he was in the trucking business, and the trucking business got disrupted back in the late 60s. And at that time, he decided to start selling equipment. In 1968, we became an international dealer here in Porterville. And then in 1992, we became a Peterbilt dealer for Fresno, Bakersfield, and Porterville.
My experience with my father was wonderful. He gave me the opportunity to get into business with my brother. And from that, we expanded the business to the point where he sold it My father sold it to Mike and I. And then later on, as I said before, we were lucky enough to get the Peterbilt dealerships for the Valley here, Fresno, and that's kind of how it all got started.
Most people just get to see their son or daughter grow up in life as it goes on. I get to see that, and I also get to see him grow as a business person and gain respect among the employees and learn new things. It's exciting.
Growing up out here, getting to see my dad and my grandpa and learning from them, they're my heroes, so getting to learn from them and work with them every day is pretty awesome. They've always taught me to follow through. That's a big deal. Customer service, taking care of the customer. Our employees too, they really see that customer service is a big goal of ours, and they also provide a great service, and we're lucky to have all our employees.
Without a doubt, customer service is top priority. We believe time is of the essence, and we strive to get them back on the road as soon as possible. That's one of the main reasons we've got the growth and been here as long as we've been here.
Well, it makes me feel real good, and I feel better about it all the time. My son and my grandson have been fortunate enough to hire some damn good people, and I feel good about that.
My favorite thing about working here is, one, I get to be with my dad and my grandpa every day. Two, I love taking care of the customer. When there's a problem, I like getting in the middle of it and trying to straighten it out.
Definitely pleasant that I get to spend every day with my father and my son. The other thing is, our family's been in this business for so long. People know my last name, and I'm recognized throughout the Valley of being a Tharp with Golden State Peterbilt and the M Tharp. That's neat. It's a good feeling.
It's all right, It's sometimes you get a little pissed off, but you get over it, But I'm proud of my family.
I believe our legacy is customer service. We are the transportation people. We really strive to take it to that next level to make sure that our customers' needs are getting met. That's just who we are.
My father started the company in 1955 as Paul Orloff Diamond Company. My dad used to have me come down to the store, and what do you do with a 6-year-old kid? Well, you sit him down at a bench and you have him take apart watches. My eyesight got very sharp with certain things, and then he started having me look at diamonds, and by the time I was 8 years old, I was pretty comfortable with diamonds. When I was 15, I went to a diamond course up in Portland offered by the Gemological Institute of America, and that's when my fire got lit. It was exciting, and I got to know diamonds. Now I knew I can speak about them with confidence. In 1990, the crown came back to us, and we carried on the tradition.
Working with my father is extremely fun. His personality is huge, it's outgoing, he knows his stuff, and I consume everything he has to say when it comes to jewelry, diamonds, estates. It's been great, and so since a young time, I've always been cracking deals with Dad. I was having these business conversations with my father at 5 or 6 years old, so that relationship has always been so intertwined and just kind of how we grew together.
My father was always a proponent that when you come to work, you're there to work. You're not there to play. Your work becomes your passion. Honesty was a guiding light, and knowledge. My father always felt that you're going to have a really crappy memory when you get older, so you tell it the straight way every time, first time out.
So the biggest lesson my father always taught me, and it's a little harsh, you lie, you die. And in this business, you are only as good as your handshaking.
When Marianne and I took on our role in the industry, we knew that when our children were interested, we were going to make them go off to another place, get a taste of the real world and what it's like, work for somebody else. That way, when you come back, if you decide you want to come back, you'll bring something to the table that we can all learn from. When Max joined us in October this last year, he brought an incredible knowledge of what he'd learned while he was away for the last 4 years. And the people that benefit the most from it are the people that walk in the door with a smile and leave with a smile. It's important that everybody's experience when they come in this door, experience what it's like to deal with a family business, but not just a family business, a professional family business. To me, that's the most exciting legacy that one can have.
You know, at the end of the day, we'd love to be remembered for providing quality jewelry, great experiences, you know, being able to walk in and build these relationships with our associates, with myself, and that's important. But what is way more important than that is constantly giving back to the community. It's the one thing I was raised by. Especially in a community like Fresno, you have to give back. If you want their support to buy from you and trust you with their family goods and family heirloom, you have to earn their respect and giving back to all these different facets of the community. So I guess the legacy I would love to leave is to continue that and make it a better community. That would be ideal.
In 1983, my father, along with my twin brother Mark, decided to open Schul and Associates Real Estate, and we based it on the biblical view that the more we serve, the better we benefit our clients. And we did ag real estate, we did residential, we did commercial, but we found our niche was in ag real estate. So we decided along the way that one office, initially focusing in on ag real estate, was the best way to go. Along the way, my father was getting older. He did a wonderful job instilling high values with us. He was a great salesman. One thing he said often to probably the three of us was said, your security is not in the business, it's in yourself. And that's always meant a lot to me, and I've tried to instill that into my sons as well.
What I enjoy most about running a family business? Well, there are a few things. First of all, I enjoy my family. I enjoy my brothers. We grew up together, obviously, but we enjoy each other. And when you're family, when you're brothers, like we are very close, we have each other's backs. The other thing we really like is growing something together. People like building things together. And we've been building a successful real estate company. We've been doing this since 1983, right? So we've been at it a while. The younger generation, including our younger top people, have been around us now for years, and they've seen us by example. We have that philosophy. We want to bring others alongside. I have two of my now partners in Scott Schul and Jonathan Beruve and my son-in-law. If I can add a side note to that, my son-in-law had a baby yesterday and named the baby after my name, Mark. It doesn't get better than that when it relates to legacy, the future, and how we pass that on.
One of the advantages I had as a third-generation salesman here at Schul Ag Real Estate was I was able to learn not only from my dad, but also from my uncles, Mark and Rick Schul. They're all three a little bit different, and I was able to learn from their different styles and help hone my own skills and get not only encouragement from them, but also mentorship. So I felt like that was very helpful and genuine. Here at Schul Ag Real Estate, we sell small and large properties, and with that, we need to have the integrity to service them all the same. You not only need your clients to look at you as an expert in your field, but you also need them to trust you. If they don't trust you, then they're not going to do business with you. So trust is a big factor in our business, and we work really hard to maintain that.
Probably the strength of Schul Ag Real Estate is the relationships that we have developed over the years. The space that we involve ourselves in is full of great relationships that we value highly every day in our business. As I mentioned, we're in the service business, and we want to be known for always setting a higher standard with our clients. When you talk about legacy in a family business, it's hard not to think about your children. My son Dirk has recently joined the company with me as part of my team. Mark had mentioned that his team consists of Scott and his son-in-law Jonathan. Stephen Schul is our broker currently. So part of the legacy is bringing the next generation along, as well as, again, to bring the non-family members as well as their generation along in the future. We're celebrating 40 years in business, and we just reinvested in our company by rebranding. We're excited with the new generation, we're excited with our leadership, and we're looking forward to the next 40 years.
In 1989, the opportunity came up to purchase the Chevrolet dealership in Selma. And at the time, doing a lot of construction work here in California, I decided it would be nice if I could buy my Chevy trucks for the construction business at cost. So when the opportunity came up to buy this Chevrolet dealership, I decided to go ahead and buy it. I wanted to build my own building. I wanted to build an auto mall. I had land available here in Selma. Plans were created on how to assemble different car factories that we could bring to Selma that were not here, and that's how we started the auto mall.
Growing up with my father being the entrepreneur, there were a lot of different industries we were exposed to. When he was building the auto mall, I have memories of coming out on Saturday mornings and riding the tractor with him as he was literally building these buildings. It's very unique that as a dealer, he was also the general contractor building his own buildings. There's a different level of passion that comes with it and pride, and it creates the story and the legacy that has been created.
Being a family business, we bring the sense of community to our business every single day and to our employees who live here. We are very transparent and customers come first, and we exceed the customer's expectation every single day. That's our goal. We just take pride in Selma. We've all grown up here. We're all from here, and it's a great small community that just is full of love and fellowship, and we just like to support each other.
Exceeding the customer's expectations every time is a motto that we subscribe to and ask all of our employees to subscribe to every single day. One thing that I know our customers enjoy is coming and seeing these same salespeople or the same service advisors that have been servicing them for many years. Our biggest referral for customers is repeat business. So it's people that continue to come back to us for their service needs or for their purchasing needs.
Working with family is an honor, number one. Number two, sometimes it's difficult. Number three, it always comes back to make you very proud. It allows me to have a relationship that actually as I was growing up, I didn't have. So the ability that I've had in the past 25 years to deal with being able to work with my children has been an honor and truly has helped me to go home every night having a good day.
One thing our father has always said is, check your ego at the door. You're only as good as the people you surround yourself with, and you can't do it on your own. It means that as a family, we need each other. We all have strengths and weaknesses, so let's pick up where somebody might not be as strong. We want to be remembered by being kind and honest and respectable business people in the industry and in the community, and also always giving back to the community, to different youth organizations or nonprofit, and we are always happy to contribute to those.
The main thing is I teach my entire staff. I want every employee that we have with one goal in mind, and that is to exceed the expectation of the customers. For every customer that they please, that they honor like that, they'll gain 10 more, because that customer is going to go out in the public and tell them what a great experience they had here at the Selma Auto Mall. At the end of the day, that's all that matters.